experience.
In the published version, the Chinese simply cropped Winston Lord out of history. For Americans back home, it was breakfast time as they watched live television coverage of the welcoming banquet in the Great Hall of the People. Attending that evening's function was the influential conservative journalist, William F. Buckley, Jr.
On behalf of all of your American guests, I wish to thank you.
He rose at sort of toast time and delivered a toast, very florid language.
Chairman Mao has written, "So many deeds cry out to be done, and always urgently."
There was, I kid you not, a fleeting reference to George Washington and his similarities to Mao Zedong. And then, with his little glass in hand, he went and shook the hands of everybody in that table. This was kind of astonishing. These were people who had fielded and were supervising the Cultural Revolution. Massive executioners.
The next day, Nixon visited the Great Wall.
今天我们都到了长城了，我们都是英雄啊。
Chairman Mao says, "You're not a man until you've climbed to the top."
We will not climb to the top today. We are already meeting at the summit.
The Chinese skillfully handled the American press corps.
To keep us out of mischief, the Chinese organized bus tours for the journalists to go to the Great Wall or the Ming Tombs or Peking University. They dished up pretty red guards, probably came out of Central Casting, and you could have your picture taken with them. I mean, the food was absolutely sensational, the toasts and the dancing girls and the music and the anthems and all that sort of thing. All that was terrific. But try to find out what was really going on, and you're in the dark.
Nixon's desire to keep the ongoing talks with the Chinese secret extended even to his own Secretary of State.
Secretary Rogers and I were with Nixon on this trip to represent the State Department. We were cut out of almost all of the specifics of the negotiation.
Behind closed doors, the two countries were crafting a joint communique, a statement that would both recognize Mao's claim to Taiwan and honor the American commitment to defend Taiwan.
So we began the negotiation on the communique.
We had to say that, work out a formula that would give Taiwan a separate status while at the same time not negating the position of the People's Republic of China, that Taiwan was a part of the PRC.
We said, to us, it's a principle. You cannot put in the communique that you will continue to protect Taiwan while establishing a relationship with China.
We realized we had to adjust our relationship on Taiwan.
Nixon could not publicly desert a longtime ally for the sake of his new relationship with China. And he had not come this far to walk away without an agreement. With negotiations still underway, the Chinese took their American guests to the ballet. Nixon's private notes, handwritten in preparation for his meeting with Zhou Enlai, confirm his intention to back away from Taiwan. And he referred to Taiwan and Vietnam as irritants in the way of the new course. Taiwan. Our policy is one China. Taiwan is part of China. Won't support Taiwan independence. Will seek normalization. Nixon added, "But if it appears we sold out Taiwan, left, egged on by Soviets, and right, will make it an issue. No secret deals." The ballet was written by Mao's wife, Jiang Jing, a hardliner. Nixon found her unpleasantly abrasive and aggressive. "Why didn't you come to China before?" she asked. The delegations finally found artful words for their communique. The document stated that all Chinese on both sides of the Taiwan Strait believe there is one China, and that Taiwan is a part of China. It did not address who should govern this one China.
We've approved the communique with the Chinese. The President approves it in the middle of the night. Chinese Politburo approve it on the Chinese side.
Only on the flight from Beijing to their next stop, Hangzhou, were members of the State Department shown the communique.
And I saw a very serious flaw that I couldn't believe had not been seen by people up the line. And when I showed this to Rogers, he could immediately see what a terrible blunder this was. We said that we will continue to give our support to our mutual security treaties with Japan, Korea. It said nothing about our treaty obligations to the Republic of China on Taiwan.
Rogers and Green knew that a firestorm of protest would result if the communique stayed as it was. But they also knew the negotiations had been concluded.
You could feel that although everybody was smiling, everybody, Nixon still did the tour of the park. You could see all those pictures of looking at the goldfish, and Kissinger and Nixon still, cracked jokes, but nobody felt easy.
Rogers held his tongue until he returned to his villa. There, he summoned his whole departmental team.
When I got there to their villa, they were very heatedly talking about something. I'm sure, they were taking some action,
Rogers tried to get Nixon, and he got Haldeman on the line. And Haldeman said, "Oh, the president is sleeping, he's tired, and can't be disturbed." But Rogers said, "This is a matter of critical importance, immediate importance."
They probably shouldn't have said anything in front of the Chinese, but they were too excited that they couldn't really stop themselves.
This is outrageous. The Secretary of State, the President's principal advisor under the Constitution on Foreign Affairs, not having access to the President at a critical moment.
They were saying that we cannot accept that. How could it be that it was agreed without letting us know?
Following that evening's banquet, Rogers confronted Kissinger.